So then this is part 2. So let's see. So then when you multiply this, this is the square root of 15, right? Because 5 times 3 is 15. So square root of 15 over 2 times square root of 3 times square root of 3. That's just 3. So 2 times 3. So then this simplifies to the square root of 15 over 6. And this cannot be simplified any further. That's our final answer. All right. Number 7. So for this one here, we can decompose. Well, we could, but I'm just going to multiply by the square root of 8. So square root of 8 over square root of 8. So I can rationalize the denominator. So then 11 times 8 is the square root of 88. And square root of 8 times square root of 8 is just 8, right? But then I'm going to take this to the side and decompose it into its prime factors to see if I can simplify this further. So this is 11 times 8, which we just did here. 11 is prime, but it is not. So this is 2 times 4, and this is 4 is 2 times 2. So then the prime factors of 88 are 11 times 2 times 2 times 2. We can take out a 2, right? So then this simplifies to 2 comes out, and then multiply 11 times 2 together, which gives us 22 over 88. 2 goes into 48 44 times, so then this becomes square root of 22 over 44. And let's see what else we can do here. Let's see. I'm sorry, I had to pause the video because this didn't make any sense, right? I don't know how I got the 88 here. I just got confused here. So there should be over 8, and then 2 over 8 simplifies to square root of 22 over 4. Okay, so this is the simplest answer, and I'm sorry about that confusion. Right, so this is the thing with math. You can always go back and check your work because math is all logic. It has to make sense. So my answer didn't make any sense, so I had to pause the video and thought about that, and I said, okay, where did I go wrong? And again, I saw where I went wrong, so then I corrected myself, and that's what you do, not just in math, but also in the real world, right? All right, so let's go to example number 8. Example number 8. We know that this is 4 times 5. 20 is 4 times 5, and 4 is 2 times 2. So then prime factors of 20 are 2 times 2 times 5. We also have x to the third, which means we can take out a 2. Okay, so then this is, let me just rewrite this. I won't do it this way. Okay, so then we have a 2 coming out, and we also have an x coming out. Okay, and then we have a 5 left and an x left inside of the radical. So 5 square root of 5x is left. So this here, the denominator became this. So this means that I need to multiply to rationalize the denominator. I need to multiply by the square root of 5x. So I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by the square root of 5x so I can rationalize the denominator, meaning so I can remove the absolute value. So now notice, for this lesson, we don't have to worry about absolute value because we're going to assume that all variables are positive, right? So then we know the index of the radical is even, and then the part of this x is odd, but let's not worry about that for this lesson. So let's assume they're all positive numbers. So when we multiply this, let's see. Notice that this is 32 over, let me just write it down. So we have 32 square root of 5x over, we have a 2x coming out, and then square root of 5x times square root of 5x, that's square root of 25x squared, which means square root of 25 is 5, so you multiply by 5, and the square root of x squared is just x, okay? So then simplify further, because 2 goes into 32 16 times, and then keep the square root of 5x in the numerator, and that 2 is gone, and then multiply 5 times x, which is 5x squared. And this will not simplify any further, so this is our final answer for that problem. Okay, right, next example. So for this one, we have the cube root. And notice we have a 3. We need 3 threes to be able to take one out, being given that 3 is prime. So then let's multiply by the cube root of 3 times 3. Because we have 1, we need 2 more. Okay, so multiply by the cube root of 3 times 3 over the cube root of 3 times 3. So then this is 5 cube root of 3 times 3 is 9, And then the denominator, you have 3 3s. That means you can take the 3 out. And then 5 and 3 are prime. You can't simplify this any further. This is the simplest answer for that problem. All right. Let's go on to example number 10. So for this one, we can do, let's see, 8 times 2. But we know that the cube root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. It's 2, right? Because we saw that in the previous lessons. So then this is 2. The 2 comes out. Cube root of what stays inside? This 2. Okay? So that tells us that we need to multiply by numerator and denominator by the cube root of 2 times 2. Okay, which is what I'm doing here. So then for the numerator, 2 cube root of 2 times 2, which is 4. But now here we have 3 2, so the 2 comes out. And then notice this 2 and that 2 become 1, so reduces to 1. So then the final answer is the cube root of 4. And this is the simplest answer for that problem. Okay? Let's see. Did I messed up here somewhere? Yes, I did. I did, didn't I? I did, because I should have multiplied 2 times 2. So then this should be 4. So let me change that real quick. All right, I don't know what's happening to me today. I'm making mistakes because, see, this 2 times the 2 that comes out, you have 2 times 2. And this is 2 times cube root of 2 times 2, which is 2 times the cube root of 4. But then we can cross out one of the 2's. So then the answer to this is the cube root of 4 over 2. And this is as simple as we can get for this problem. So again, I'm being very human today, making silly mistakes. All right, number 11. So the last example. So I'm not going to do a large number here. I'm just going to remember that 4 is the same as 2 times 2. So then this is 8 over the 4th root of 2 times 2. Even though I could multiply by 3 fourths more, I just want to make it simpler for myself. Okay. So since I have 2 2's, that tells me that I need to multiply by the 4th root of 2 times 2, numerator and denominator. So then once we do that, then we have 8 here. So let's not lose that 8. I'm going to try to make a mistake here. And then 4th root of 2 times 2, which is 4, over, since we have 4 4's here, then this is just, I'm sorry, since we have 4 2's, then this is just a 2. See, there was about, again, to make another mistake. And then 8 over 2 simplifies to 4, so the answer to this is 4. 4th root of 4. And this is the simplest answer for that problem. There, I fixed that. Looks better now. Okay. All right, so that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the classroom. Bye-bye.